Hello everyone, today I'm going to discuss to you on how to integrate technology. So when technology integration in a classroom is seamless and thoughtful, students not only became more engaged, they also begin to take more control over their own learning. Remember that successful technology integration is more than just getting the tools into the classroom. So let's get started with on how to integrate technology. The first step in successful tech integration is recognizing the change that may need to happen inside of yourself and in your approach to teaching. When any teacher brings technology into the classroom, he or she will be no longer the center of the attention. It will be on the type of technology being brought into the classroom, either the laptop, the whiteboard, the mobile devices. However, does not really mean that the teacher is no longer essential to the learning process. While students may be surrounded by technology at home, it is dangerous to assume that they know how to use it for learning. So most students still need to have a guide to help them to use the digital tools effectively for learning and for collaboration. The second was integrating technology across the access spectrum. Technology integration depends on the kind of technology available and how much access one has to technology. It also depends on who is using the technology. For instance, in a classroom with only an interactive whiteboard and one computer, learning will still remain teacher-centered and integration will evolve around the teacher's needs, which are not necessarily students' needs. Still, there are ways to use an interactive whiteboard to make it a tool for your students. So even though with one computer in the room, there are ways to integrate that one machine into your classroom and still make sure that you and your students are indeed doing the things that you couldn't do before. So it's more quicker and more efficient way. So for example, if your class has an interactive whiteboard and projector, you can try interactive websites such as BrainPop, show online videos related to the lessons, or use a video conferencing tool, Skype, to connect beyond the classroom and also to explore virtual math manipulatives. And another thing is that if there's only one computer in your room, you can also try to assign one student to be the class scribe and take notes. You can also try VoiceThread. It's a collaborative multimedia conversation tool, or you can also let students access review or intervention materials on a rotating schedule. There's also accurate resources for students via LiveBinder, or you can also find more free resources and ideas from this Udoptia blog post. But if you have 3 to 5 computers in the classroom or access to a library with a pad of computers, then you can also encourage individual students blogging using the KidBlog. You can also explore student-created multimedia presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint, or you can also use Edmodo, Schoology, Moodle to manage course content, assignments, any assessments, or you can have students make videos using the Windows Movie Maker, or build website with students using the Weebly or Wikispace. If you have access to a laptop card or computer lab, then you can enable students to work through the course content at their own pace through the use of screencasts or ebooks, or use a Socrative pool. You can also start live class discussion with today's Meet, or explore enhanced digital note-taking with Evernote. Also, if you have access to any handful of mobile devices, then you can have students create videos using the Animoto app, or record group discussion using a voice recording app. You can also offer ebooks for required readings, or assign student-created comics using the Puppet Pals app. Third one is getting to seamless integration. To begin move your tech integration to the point where it is seamless, consider these questions. First is what skills are applied to nearly all tools. Example, saving a file, naming a file, finding a file, and so on and so forth. Have your students master these basic skills? How many different tools will you introduce this year? Or how will technology help your students better understand content? Will it push them to a better understanding that could have not been achieved without technology? Or what level of integration do you want in your classroom by the end of the school year? What specific steps you must take to achieve that goal? And what is a realistic goal based on time and resources? And the fourth one in how to integrate technology is the tips for shared hardware. So here are some quick tips for sharing resources effectively. First is hold an introductory session with your students when introducing a new tool. Second is use the tool yourself first before putting your students in front of it. The third is have a plan for collecting a student work. Fourth is communicate with other colleagues that may want to use the resources as well. Fifth is manage time with resources wisely. Set the goals for work completion with your students. Lastly, communicate with your administration about how and when you will be using the shared technology. Other one is hardware and equipment. While hardware and software vary across classrooms, schools, and districts, one thing can be guaranteed across the board is that technology, no matter what kind it is, will fail. So this inevitable part of tech integration is often the number one fear of the classroom teachers everywhere. Whether you are taking the steps to integrate technology into your classroom on your own or as part of a school-wide or district initiative, this fear must be the first hurdle to overcome. But no worries, here are some basic tips for when technology goes awry. So the very first one is have a non-technology backup plan. Second one is that just as we always tell our students that failure is okay, that we learn from failure and that failure is part of learning process. So we as adults follow our own advices. Third is model troubleshooting with your students. Fourth is report the problem and ask for help. Have someone who knows how to fix the problem and show you how for next time. And the other one is using technology for feedback and assessment. One of the most exciting aspects of bringing technology into your classroom and into your students' hand is to enhance opportunity for timely and meaningful feedback. So if you want to know if your student grasped enough a particular concept before you move on, then you can use tools such as Poll Everywhere, Socrative Mentimeter to get a quick snapshot of your class. So by creating a short quiz or open-ended response question using one of these tools and having your students use an internet-enabled device to answer, you can get quick and easy feedback that will help inform your instruction. The next one is personalized feedback. So through the use of course management tools such as in Moodle, Schoology, or Moodle, it is now possible for teachers to provide personalized feedback quickly and efficiently to their students. Because this tool provides the ability for teachers to leave personalized comments and notes on the students' work. And they can provide a messaging service for students who may want to send emails or questions about it. The second one is this screencast. It can also provide personalized feedback on student work. A teacher can record his or her computer screen while viewing a student's work, pointing out areas for improvement and areas where students has excelled. So yeah, this is also one of the example apps. Also, Evernote is a powerful note-taking tool that can be accessed through any internet-enabled device through a web browser or any mobile app. It also allows users to record audio notes, and it can be a great way to provide personalized feedback to students. So teachers can share these recordings, which are embedded in notes created through the app or the website with students through email. And this can be a great way to keep students updated on their progress or to provide feedback on a particular assignment asynchronously. But also, please take note that all these kind of tools require that students have access to internet-enabled devices on a regular basis and they hand in their work digitally. Lastly is the rule of digital citizenship. So students are constantly immersed in technology, yet that does not mean that they know how to use it for learning. So we must take some time to explicitly teach about cyberbullying, copyright, plagiarism, digital footprint, and proper conduct online. But of course, what we teach and how we teach, it depends on grade level. It is worth of your time to spend some time early in the year setting expectations for online conduct, use of information found online, and staying safe in using digital tools. So since it's clear that tech integration is here to stay, it's not a question of whether teachers integrate technology into their classroom, but rather how they do it best. So by taking a small steps, teachers can begin to reap the benefits that technology can bring to their teaching and to students' learning. This process does not have to be painful, and no one will become a tech integration whiz overnight. So however, even with limited access, with careful planning, some risk-taking, and an open mind, teachers can successfully use technology to enhance their teaching and bring learning to life for their students. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening and for watching for my discussion for today. I hope you learn a lot in how to integrate technology in classroom setting. Thank you again and bye for now.